All right, this is spring 2025 semester. We're doing a lower quarter screen. My name is Michael Robertson. I'm a student physical therapist in the class of 2027. Got my lovely patient here, Mr. Lee. He's dealing with some numbness and tingling going down into his right foot. So first, what I'm gonna start off with the lower quarter screen is just checking out the static posture. Seeing if we have any lordosis, kyphosis, or scoliosis present. Checking for any misalignments in all planes. Everything looks to be good. So Mr. Lee, today what the goal is with this lower quarter screen, we're gonna try to recreate those symptoms. That way we can tease in or out whether the nerve is gonna be involved. First thing I'm gonna have you do is you're gonna kind of just slouch over as much as you can. You can hold on to this if you need to, just so you don't fall down. And let me know if that recreates any of those symptoms. No? Okay. Now you're gonna put your hands on your hips, or more specifically your pelvis, and you're going to lean back as far as you can and see if that recreates any of those symptoms. Oh, no? All right. So now that we have checked out all that, what we're gonna do is get him to stand up, and we're gonna have you bend on over and go down like you're touching your toes, flexing that lower back. And does that recreate your symptoms? No? All right, so we're gonna stabilize, and then we're gonna mobilize right there, a little bit of overpressure. Does that recreate your symptoms? No? Okay. Now you're gonna come into extension as far back as you can. Does that recreate your symptoms? Okay, and we're gonna stabilize again and mobilize once again for some overpressure. Does that recreate your symptoms?
Nope.
No? Okay, then I'll have you, now you're gonna reach on down to your left side, always doing the unaffected side first. So reach down to the left. Does that recreate those symptoms? No? Okay, reach on back down again. I'm gonna apply a little bit of overpressure, stabilizing and mobilizing. Okay, good. No recreation. All right, reach on down to the right side now. Does that recreate them?
Nope.
Okay, and I'm gonna stabilize and mobilize once again. Does that recreate them? No. Okay, perfect. So now we're gonna do a rotation. So I'm gonna have you standing like this. You're gonna twist that way. I'm gonna be holding on to you, making sure you're not moving too much about that way. You're gonna go to your left side first.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't hold on. You can come back to neutral real quick. All right, go ahead. And does that recreate your symptoms? All right, I'm gonna apply the overpressure. Come back on over that way. And does that recreate those symptoms?
Nope.
No. All right, now you can twist to the right. All right, does that recreate them? All right, and I'm gonna apply overpressure. Does that recreate those symptoms? No. All right, so now that we've cleared out the spine from that point of view, what we're gonna do now is have him do some walking, some dynamic walking on the heels and also on the toes to tease in the L4, L5, and also S1. So we'll have him start over here. Me and Trevor are gonna walk down this way, and we're gonna watch him heel walk to make sure that he is good with that. So come this way, heel walking. Good. That looks good. A negative sign is the heels or the toes staying at the same height. We'd be looking for if one of the toes is going to be a little bit lower than the other one. Now we're going to head this way. We're going to stay here and have him walk on his tippy toes, and we're going to be checking the heel heights, making sure they're about even. Go ahead. Good. Looks good, Mr. Lee. Looks good. All right. So now that we've assessed the dynamic walking part of it, we're gonna have Mr. Lee here lay on down on his back, and we're gonna be clearing the joints. Basically, if we're able to apply overpressure in these joints and ranges of motion, then we're pretty safe to say that that's not gonna be the issue causing that numbness and tingling going on the right leg. So first, we're gonna start with the uninvolved side. We're gonna do the whole uninvolved side first, and then we'll move over to the involved side. So can you go ahead and raise your knee to your chest for me? Good. I'm gonna apply overpressure. And at any point, just let me know if it recreates your symptoms, okay? Is that good?
Nope.
Okay, good. And now we're gonna do a knee flexion, so you can just come right here. And can you bring your heel to your butt as far as you can? Nice, I'm gonna apply overpressure. All right, and any symptoms there?
Nope.
Good, okay, knee extension. Now I'm gonna push down, pushing really into extension there.
Nope.
You're all good?
Yes, sir.
All right, so now we're gonna do ankle dorsiflexion. Perfect. I'm gonna apply overpressure. Does that recreate those symptoms? No. Point your toe to the ground now. Good. And does that recreate your symptoms?
Nope.
All right. And then now You're gonna twist that ankle inwards like that. And does that recreate your symptoms?
No, sir.
All right, and the E version, so point that foot out, perfect. And then once again, we're gonna apply that overpressure. Does that recreate your symptoms?
Nope.
All right, now we're gonna come over onto the involved side to do the same thing. Can you bring your heel to the butt for me? All right, and I'm gonna apply the overpressure. Does that recreate those symptoms? No? Okay. Now, can you bend your knee up as far as you can? Just the knee, sorry.
Oh.
You're good. All right, I'm gonna apply that overpressure. Does that recreate those symptoms?
No.
All right, by the way, we're holding all these for 5 seconds, just kind of getting through it. All right, gonna come out into extension. We're gonna push down on the quad. Does that recreate those symptoms?
Nope.
Nope, okay. Kind of right there, we're pushing down on the quad and also pulling up on the calf there, just to kind of push them into extension. Now we are going to dorsiflex here for me. Can you bring those toes up? Perfect. And then push on the overpressure. Does that recreate those symptoms?
No, sir.
No, sir. All right. Then I'll get you to toes to the ground. Perfect. Plantar flexion and overpressure. Does that recreate the symptoms?
No, sir.
All right. Twist that foot in. Perfect. And I'm going to apply some overpressure. Does that recreate those symptoms?
Nope.
All right. And out this way. Perfect. And apply the overpressure. Does that recreate those symptoms?
Nope.
No. Okay. Now you can sit on up for me. Actually, what I'm gonna have you do, we're gonna assess hip extension. Prone, so now we're on the left side, over here, uninvolved side. First, can you kick your heel up to the ceiling for me? Sorry, yep, there you go, perfect. Now I'm gonna stabilize. Does that recreate symptoms, by the way?
No, sir.
All right, stabilize here, and we're gonna just kind of press up, over pressure. Does that recreate those symptoms?
Nope.
Nope. All right, and we can actually do it from this side too. So can you go ahead and kick that right heel up to the ceiling now? Perfect. Does that recreate the symptoms?
Nope.
Nope. All right, now we're gonna overpressure. Does that recreate the symptoms?
Nope.
Nope. All right, perfect. Now, all right, so we were getting ready to start the dermatomes, but I actually forgot to assess internal and external rotation of the hip and also AB and adduction. So there's a lesson for you. You can kind of pivot and do what you gotta do to make sure that you're getting the test done. So I'm gonna have you, can you bring your leg up just like that? Perfect. And what I'm gonna do is pull it out like this. Does that recreate your symptoms?
Mm-mm.
All right, apply overpressure. You okay? No recreation, all right. Now you'll bring that in like that. All right, does that recreate your symptoms?
Nope.
All right, we're going to apply overpressure. Does that recreate the symptoms?
Nope.
All right, and I guess while we're here, we'll go ahead and do abduction. So just kind of bring it out like that. Does that recreate those symptoms? All right, just apply a little bit of overpressure. Does that recreate the symptoms? No, okay. And I'll have you lay that leg just about right there. And then we're gonna add, can you bring that other leg over towards? Yeah, perfect. Does that recreate the symptoms? All right, a little bit of overpressure. Does that recreate them? No, okay. Now move on to the involved side. Do the same thing. Kind of bring that leg up. Perfect, and we're gonna put you into internal rotation. Does that recreate those symptoms? All right, and then overpressure. Does that recreate those symptoms? No. And then can you come in this way for me? Perfect. Does that recreate the symptoms? All right, and apply the overpressure. Does that recreate the symptoms? No. Okay. Now I'll bring you. Can you bring your leg out towards me? Yep. Abduction. Does that recreate the symptoms? Nope. All right. Overpressure. Does that recreate the symptoms? Nope. And then bring that leg almost off the table, and then can you bring your right? Yep. Does that recreate those symptoms? Nope. And then apply a little bit of overpressure. Does that recreate those symptoms? Nope. Okay. Now we can move into the dermatome testing. So I'll have you sit on that for me. And basically with dermatomes, what we're going to be doing is testing the sensation of the lower extremities just to kind of rule in or out that nerve, because the nerve is responsible for the sensation, the muscle, and also the tendon. So basically with the dermatome testing, what it's going to look like is you'll have your eyes closed, and this is just an example. I'm going to go on your left side first, and then your right. It's going to be something like this. Does this feel the same as this? And you'll answer yes if it does, and no if it doesn't, okay? Perfect. So I'm going to start up at the top of your thighs, if that's okay. And can you go ahead and just keep your eyes closed for me? This is L2. Does this feel the same as this? All right. L3. Does this feel the same as this?
Yep.
All right. L4. Does this feel the same as this?
All right, I'm trying to take your shoes off. Toes drag like that's a rookie mistake, but we'll go to L5 now. Keep your eyes closed for me. Thank you. Is that feel the same as that? Yep. All right, and then we have S1. Is that feel the same as that? All right, you can also test S1 back here. Is that feel the same as that? All right, or you can test like this. That feel the same as that. Yep, that one's 50.
All right, so now after S1, we're now going to do S2, which is posterior thigh, or the very tippy top right here in the popliteal fossa. So have your eyes closed for me. Does this feel the same as this?
Yes, sir.
All right, now all those are clear. Now we're going to move on to myotomes. The reason we do myotomes is basically because if that group of muscles is fatigable, then we can maybe suspect that there is a nerve issue. So we're going to start with L2 for the myotomes. And basically what I'm going to have you do is you can bring your hip up. Perfect, and then hold it there. I'm going to try to push it down. Don't let me do that. I need to be right there. Stabilize. All right, 3, 2, 1. I'm holding these for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're good. All right, now we're going to be doing L3, which is knee extension. So I'm going to have you right about here. And what I'm going to do is try to push your foot in. Don't let me do that. All right, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. L4 now, which is dorsiflexion and inversion. So I'll have you come in just like that, perfect. And I'm gonna try to push your foot down, don't let me. And that's 5, just like. All right, now we're gonna do L5, which is great toe extension. So I'll have you bring that big toe up, and I'm gonna try to push it down, don't let me. Good. And then now we're gonna do S1, which is plantar flexion and eversion. So I'll put you down, toes down to the ground. I'm gonna try to pull it out, don't let me. Good. Now I'll have you evert out like that. Perfect. And what I'm going to try to do is push this foot in. Don't let me, okay? And that's good. Now S2 is knee flexion. So I'm going to have you right about where you are, actually. Maybe right about here. And what I'm going to do is try to pull your leg out. Don't let me do that, okay? 3, 2, 1. Good. Good. All right. All right, so now that we've done the uninvolved side, we can now move on over to the involved side. So I'll have you go on and bring your leg up just like that, perfect. And push it down, don't let me. Good. And I'll have you come right about here and bring my hand underneath there. I'm gonna try to push your leg in, don't let me. Good. That's L3. Perfect, L4, so dorsiflex, bring it up for me right there. I'm sorry. Come on down. Just bring it up like that, perfect. I'm gonna try to push you down, don't let me. Good, and then I'm gonna invert you like that. Yeah, twist that ankle if you can. And I'm gonna try to open it up, don't let me. Good, that is L4, L5, so great toe extension again. Bring that great toe up. I'm gonna try to push it down, don't let me. Good. S1, so we're now going to do plantar flexion, so I'll have you point your toes to the ground. Perfect, and I'm going to try to bring it up, don't let me. Good. Good. And then eversion with that one as well, so out like that. I'm going to try to scoop you on in, all right. 3, 2, 1. Good. And then we have S2, which is going to be the knee flexion again, so I'm going to stabilize right here and then try to pull you into extension. Don't let me do that, okay? Good. Strong, good. All right, and all right, now that the myotomes are done, we're gonna be doing deep tendon reflexes because that's the third thing that the nerves control. I'm gonna start with the uninvolved side first, and remember the DTR scale is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If there is a lower motor neuron, we're but we're expecting 0 or 1, but 2 is gonna be normal. So what I'm gonna have you do is, this is gonna be the L3 and L4 DTR. I'm gonna do that one first, and then I'll move on down to that bottom one, okay? I'll have you flex your quad for me. Flex your quad, just like, yeah, isometrically. Perfect, I can feel the tendon through there. You can go ahead and relax now, and can you look over to your right? Just relax. And we're gonna hit on that, and we got the foot to kick out, that's good. Now what we're gonna do is move on down here to the Achilles tendon. So I'm gonna hold the foot here in neutral, and you can just relax for me. And we are hitting the Achilles tendon in the back, and you'll see the toes kind of curl down and the whole foot kind of go into plantar flexion. Now we're gonna do the involved side. So same thing, can you just squeeze that quad for me? Good, I got you. And we will, there we go. And then same thing down here on the Achilles tendon, just kind of put him in neutral. And you're gonna feel it, his hand kind of come into me right there. Those are the deep tendon reflexes. Now we're gonna do a special test. This is kind of to rule out an upper motor neuron that may be present. So it's called the Levinsky. And what we're looking for is the splaying of the toes would be a positive sign. So we're actually not looking for that. Uninvolved side first. As always, you can just relax for me. And we're going from lateral to medial. So you'll do that, and that's normal right there, the curling of that. So we're good on that. And then same thing over here. And the curling is normal. So we're good. That is a lower quarter screen.